Hello, my name is Marty Windle and welcome to the SBL Guru podcast. This is another episode based on strategy in real life where we take concepts from the SBL exam and apply them in real life organizations. So today, the concept we're going to look at is the Popit model, P-O-P-I-T. And we're going to seek to apply this model in a shoe company, which I'm sure you're very familiar with, and that company is called Timberland. Now, you may not have heard of the Popit model, but it is on your ACCA SBL syllabus. And with the Popit model, it's known as the 4-view model. It's used for business analysis. And what we try to do is analyze and align people, organization, processes, and IT when designing or improving our business systems. So if we look at Timberland, what we're going to focus on is how the 4 elements, people, process, IT, and organization, link directly and support the core strategy of the business and the core values of the company, which are based around sustainability. So if we start with people, what we can focus on is how people in Timberland actively can contribute to the idea of sustainability values, which support the strategy, and how they can actively be involved in social responsibility. At Timberland, they have programs called the Path of Service Initiative. Now, this isn't just a token volunteer program. Employees receive up to 40 hours of paid time off annually to engage in community service projects. This is not optional, it's embedded in all the employees' performance evaluations. So this directly links the people in the organization to the core values of the company, which are based around sustainability. People feel a need to have a positive impact on the environment and a positive impact on society. And this supports the company's core values. There's also a big commitment to employee training and development at Timberland. Factory workers are trained in waste reduction techniques specific towards footwear manufacturing. The design teams are challenged to undergo circular economy workshops to rethink product life cycles. And managers are schooled in ethical sourcing principles through partnerships with sustainable organizations. So when Timberland set its 2030 sustainability goals, it actively involved the employees in cross-functional workshops across global locations. They did this to ensure buy-in and gather grassroots ideas. This participative approach helps surface innovative suggestions like labels on products which show their environmental impact. So if you're using this in the examination, think about how the organization invests in people, how we can improve people investment in the organization, how we can train our employees, but also involve our employees to improve the overall culture of the organization. If we look at Timberland's organizational structure and governance, it's our second element in the Popit model, which is organization. So what they try to do is try to build an organization and a structure which actively supports the core business ideas and helps to improve efficiency and effectiveness in our operations. Now, Timberland is part of the VF Corporation, which owns brands like North Face and Vans. What they do in Timberland is they offer a system of brand autonomy with shared services. The brand design and marketing remain decentralized, so they allow people for each brand to make decisions, but back office functions like IT and HR are centralized to improve efficiency. So by having this decentralized organizational structure, it allows Timberland to respond quickly to local markets and adapt their products to meet the needs of local customers. This also helps to motivate people in Timberland because they've got control over their business operations while getting the support from the centralized services. So if you're doing an SBL question in the exam, look at the current organizational structure. Ask yourself the question, is that structure actively supporting the business operations in our company. That's how you're going to use the model. You're questioning and challenging whether the organization structure is supporting your business objectives. Number 3 in the Popit model is processes. And we assess how processes are going to have an impact on your organization and what can we do to improve our processes. So if we look at Timberland, we know they're big on sustainability. And in the design phase, when they're designing a new shoe, they try to integrate sustainability. For example, they prioritize modular designs, which make it easier to repair and recycle the shoes in the future. When they look at procurement, they take into account sustainability and they try to ensure that they have ethical and sustainable sourcing. They try to track the emissions, water usage, and supplier compliance to their ethical standards. And any new vendor must go through a rigorous approval process and digital audit trails. In terms of the manufacturing process at Timberland, they try to adopt lean manufacturing principles, which reduce waste and energy usage. They're constantly redesigning their production process to improve the workflows and to eliminate waste, which can maximize the efficiency of each production run. They also try to incorporate this idea of sustainability into their customer service systems. They've got a take-back system where customers can return worn products for recycling. They also have a Second Life resale program where people can sell their old Timberland shoes. It's all about bringing in processes that support their core model of sustainability. So if you're in the exam and you're looking at processes, what processes are you using in your company to support your core business idea, your competitive advantage, and your core values? And how can you improve on that in the future? So it's a case of continuously improving your processes, trying to balance cost versus sustainability, trying to make sure your sourcing is ethical, but also you've got the most efficient production process possible. Our final element in the Popit model is information technology. And what we can do is use IT again to support our strategy, to support our business. At Timberland, they use blockchain technology. Blockchain technology is used to trace leather back to regenerative farms and make sure that each product has full traceability in terms of its origin and source of materials. In its supply chain management, IT tracks sustainability matrix, not just cost and quality, but they track carbon footprint per SKU, which is per unit of product, and emissions by suppliers. They're always trying to improve the customer service and customer experience, so they're using augmented reality to let customers try on boots and a virtual QR code in the store to see the product's sustainability journey. They actively focus on their website to ensure that IT supports a consistent digital experience with personal product recommendations based on customers' previous buying history. The IT also supports seamless checkout and returns to the store if the product does not fit. So the IT is actively supporting the business operations. The last element in the process is data analytics, where IT supports real-time dashboards on sustainability, but also identifies sales trends and customer satisfaction levels that can then lead to action to improve on these areas, gives insights which drive product development and their marketing strategy. So in the exam, Popit can be a useful tool for you to look at how we can improve the organizational processes, the people, the systems, the IT to support the core strategy of the organization. And by using Timberland, it may give you some ideas about how we can improve our overall sustainability profile in our company and how we can improve our overall organization. Thanks for listening to the podcast, and don't forget to like and subscribe. If you need more help with your exams, please get in touch. Go to www.sblguru.com, and there you can find all the information about my courses, which will help you to get through the exam, including full courses with tuition and revision, or my shortest course, which is just based on the PREseen case study. Get in touch if you need those courses and go to www.sblguru.com. Thanks for listening and good luck in your exams.